This group had a wonderful time last night. Round of applause.
Students heavily involved in the music programs can join the Tri-M Club to bring the community together through music.
Tri-M has been around for a long time, but if you're not a part of it, it's hard to know what it's all about.
Tri-M stands for Modern Music Masters, and it is a national organization that's basically an honor society for music students.
One of the first things the club focused on was their mission statement. This allowed for them to all be on the same page about their overall goal.
So generally mission statements allow people in an organization, especially people who are joining an organization, to get a sense for what the organization is all about. It also kind of helps refocus action and decision making in an organization, because we can kind of reference back to that and be like, oh, is this really what we're trying to do? Is this thing going to meet with that? And so it kind of helps guide some of our actions. So last year we actually had the kids go through a pretty exhaustive process. It took us probably a month and a half of drafting and redrafting and kind of honing it down to something that everyone felt represented what we wanted the organization to do. And now we're in the process of trying to do that.
Tri-M stresses the importance of action and creating an environment to allow students to express themselves musically through acts of service.
So we do a variety of things during club times. Some of it is planning for future events. For instance, we're planning our first open mic coffee house. And so we'll do that, or we'll do service projects for the music department. So today we're going to go down and we're going to move some percussion equipment in the pack, or maybe we're going to help set choir risers, or we're going to organize choir robes, or all kinds of different things like that.
The Tri-M Club at Hempfield is invite only and for students who meet the certain criteria.
So right now, to be in the club, you have to be in a music ensemble and then expressed interest in being in the club. There are criteria for maintaining active membership. The national organization has guidelines. So just, a general grade point average, participation, things like that.
One of the events that Tri-M has hosted since the start of 2022 is the Coffee House, which allows kids to sign up and perform after school.
As a student in Tri-M, we help plan music type events and try to just get the music courses in Hempfield out to the rest of the school. Recently, we have been working on posters for the Winter Coffee House.
And the idea is for students to get to perform music that they wouldn't get to perform otherwise in ensembles, be it stuff they're interested in pop music, or their own stuff that they've written, or anything like that. So it's basically giving students a chance to have creativity, forming their own groups, getting a chance to practice on their own and kind of go through that whole process. And then, so we've ran a couple of them and they've been really successful. Students come, it's a very relaxed environment. We have coffee and snacks, and one of the kids MCs the event and kind of calls people up, and they just do their performances, and it's really cool.
The Coffee House events are student-led by Tri-M's student leadership team.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, so the way we have Tri-M kind of designed from a student leadership standpoint is there are 3 co-presidents, one from band, one from choir, and one from orchestra. And so they're kind of tasked with running the meetings and making sure their respective groups, if they have projects they're working on, are moving forward. And then, for instance, when we run the coffee house, we'll have a student who will volunteer to be in charge of food, and one will be in charge of advertising. And so they work with the presidents and kind of have committees. And so it's very kind of hierarchical, but it gets everybody involved.
Tri-M continues to work hard to create a community that is connected by musical creativity with clubs just like this all over America. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Alexis Kohler.